Okay, good evening. So just to let you know, obviously, you got the message through that we're recording this session tonight. And thanks for joining us for our regular county DofE drop-in sessions. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Staff Mott. I've been the county DofE officer for some time, but have recently decided to step down. I've served my 3 years plus, almost nearly 4 years. So it's time for change, time for succession, and time to give someone else a chance as well. So a couple of things I just want to make note of as we record this session as well is firstly, obviously, to thank Essex Army Cadet Force, all the county staff, all of the DofE officers that have been involved in the process for the best part of 3 years, have been involved with these drop-in sessions as well. And obviously to thank the Commandant as well for giving me this opportunity to lead DofE for Essex Army Cadet Force. It's been a pleasure and naturally an honour. That's probably why you're seeing me in uniform this evening, as quite often these drop-in sessions are perhaps a little bit more smart casual. So I just wanted to express my thanks across Essex Army Cadet Force for the opportunity on the great work that the team have done in helping you achieve your awards. It wasn't that long ago that I introduced myself, or it didn't seem that long ago when I introduced myself, and we introduced our Every Cadet Bears, as you can see there, diversity and inclusion. A video that went straight through to the national conference as well that was shown, which was quite inspiring with regard to our Every Cadet Bears. And the message still remains the same. And my successor will be announced in due course. And the message of the Every Cadet Bear is to make sure you, our cadets, just not in Essex, but across the whole of the United Kingdom, get the opportunity to get enrolled, get the resources and support to achieve their award as well. This is an internationally recognised award that is embraced and recognised significantly. So that's me just doing the sort of the frontline bits and just kind of handing over. And obviously for you joining us tonight, it won't be long before my successor in due course will probably take over the reins from me. And then you'll still get the same support and maybe with a different flavour with regard to all things DofE going forward. So again, my thanks to all of Essex Army Cadet Force for the support they've shown for me, and also my regional advisor as well, Lieutenant Colonel Mills, for supporting my role as County DofE officer. But I'm sure the change and the succession that will come in will be interesting, and your support and everything that you need will still be here. So just wait for us to obviously go through the handover and transition, and we'll keep you posted through your companies and through your company DofE officers, and obviously through social media, etc., with all of that progression. So let's see what we can do for all of you tonight. So also another thing that I wanted just to put on record as well, just wanted to congratulate Basildon Detachment, A Company, for winning the Ryder Cup. That's the most successful detachment with the DofE award within Essex Army Cadet Force. And I'm kind of hopeful that some of the climbing sessions that we've been putting on for ANC Company that have been joining us has helped power that, powered some of those successful DofE awards, particularly at bronze level, that we've done since we've tied up with the Rock Hub climbing wall, got a cadet concession rate for you all. And I think we've seen 13 awards that have been influenced using the climbing for the physical section as well. And that's technically still open to you guys if you want to contact the wall directly if you're local to that, and that's specifically probably for ACOI. So please take that opportunity as well. So let's see what we can do for all of you that have joined us tonight. I'm sure these sessions will continue, so hopefully this is well timed, so obviously we can get some of the bits in the background sorted out for you. So on the first Wednesday of every month, hopefully these DofE sessions will continue. And as I said, you'll get that support for DofE for Essex Army Cadet Force. So let's have a look at the chat and see what we've got this evening. And I'll work my way through with you from what we've got so far. So and another advantage point from recording the sessions as well is obviously the questions that you're asking and the stuff is going to be probably useful for others that have missed the session tonight. So I'm going to kind of work with, let's start with Lance Corporal Woods. And I'm going to just see where you are on EDofE, and hopefully I can assist you and guide you in the right direction with regard to. So I presume we've got Sophie.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is looking pretty good from what I can see here. I can see you obviously have your expedition skills and physicals done. Let's have a quick look at the, yeah, you've got everything in play there. So you've got your section, your final section, your volunteering section, as I can see on EDofE, is pretty much all ready to be signed off. So I will chase B Company to get that volunteering signed up. I could technically press the button now, but I will have to verify your award. So I just need to make sure your company sign that off. So I will make a note of that, and we will get that volunteering section signed off.
That was the first one she did, practically.
Thank you, Staff.
You're welcome. The good news is it's duly timed as well, because part of my handover to my successor will be to make sure that all of the awards that we've currently got, all the certificates are printed. Once they're verified, your pins and badges will go out all for the CTC weekends coming up through the last period running into Christmas as well. So rest assured you'll be getting your certificates and everything in due course as well.
Thank you.
That's good. So I'm actually going to make a note. Just so I can make sure that gets tidied up. And then we've got.
We also want to start her silver, but we were between forms, I think.
Good point. Good point. That's on my list to cover as well. So on the forms, I'll update you on those now. The main reason behind changing the forms is we are streamlining our bank accounts.
Okay.
And what's happening is technically we have a DofE fund account and the main commandant's county account as well. So the new form actually represents the account that we want the fees to go into. The form is all done. I just need to touch point with my successor, which will be duly announced on orders, so we'll all know who that is fairly soon, and then we can start using the new form probably as early as the end of the week once I start sharing it.
That'd be great, because we've been trying to do this for months. I don't know why. It just seems to have taken a long time to get everything signed off. We've been chasing for, not you, obviously. We should have gone on here a while ago. So. I understand that she can start her silver. I mean, she's done lots of her volunteering for silver already and her physical already, because we've been trying to do this for the last couple of months.
So let's have a look.
She can't backdate that far, can she?
What you can do, I'm just looking at your account now. So what we could do, so your enrolment date was only the beginning of this year, so it shouldn't be too bad. Now, you don't have to complete an award before
start
the silver, long as you've got one section signed off and you're eligible by age, which I'm sure you probably are. So basically it's 15. Or if you turn 15 in the school term that you're currently in, that will be fine. There's no reason why you can't enroll now. You just need the form. So
we can enroll now, you're saying?
Yep. As soon as that form is published, so that will probably go out on this Facebook group page first.
Okay.
And then it will be circulated to all the company DofE officers through our sort of handover process as well. So by the end of the week, that form will be available to you.
Excellent. Well, we'll do that as soon as possible. But then can she backdate any of the work that she's been doing towards it then?
Yeah.
For how as many months as required, because she's been on DofE for ages, or?
Yeah, well, remember you've got the EDofE will.
So it's only a month. October you really started, September, didn't you? End of September she started.
Yeah, because EDofE will recognise what sections you've completed as part of your bronze, so you can't overlap behind those.
No, they won't do.
But when you set your program planners up, Sophie, what you can do is the calendar will pop up, and just backdate it as far as it will allow you to do.
Okay.
Well, as far as she's done, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
But-
Right, that-
Yeah, absolutely. So, and again, that's a good
Okay,
message
that's
for everybody.
reassuring. We thought
this
we'd
evening.
lost this time, if you see what I mean, that we sort of
No.
you know.
Worst case scenario is, and I'm fairly active in the process still. I want to make sure, obviously, as our transition to our new county DofE officer comes into play, that we'll be able to keep momentum going as well, because there's we don't want to lose all the momentum that we've got. So things like this we can be mindful of and pick up. So, because what you can do, myself in transition, or the new county DofE officer, will be able to effectively override that system if you get any problems with it. But looking at your enrolment date, I don't think you have any problems. You'll be able to get straight into silver as well.
Thank you very much, Staff.
You're welcome. So let's have a look at. So we had Sophie, and we've got
Tommy.
Tommy.
Say hello.
I'm just finding. I can't see.
That's just what Thomas has just said. You might not find him, but
Right.
because
No,
we haven't enrolled through that. We initially enrolled a DofE through the school, but he would like to do his gold DofE through the ACF. Does that mean we have to expeditions, only the expedition section with ACF? We have to re-enroll, double enroll, whatever the word is.
No, you don't. We do this quite often. I would advise it, but it's your choice. Obviously, the National Gold Expeditions are for cadets that we'll be organising all those for next year as well. We just finished our last one in the Peak District just recently.
Mm-hmm.
What I can do, if you give me the relevant DofE number,
I can
actually transfer you straight into Essex at no additional cost, and then whatever's left, you just finish with Essex ACF.
Okay, that would be.
You
send that in the chat, and it says.
Yeah, if you put the so all I need is the DofE number, and I should be able to transfer that for you as well. So we should be able to get Tommy over to Essex ACF, and then you'll have access to all the gold expeditions that will be being planned for next year.
Brilliant. That's really helpful. I mean, he's doing some of the stuff through school, but that doesn't matter, does it? I mean,
no, absolutely not. As long as you've got the assessors' reports, but then, and obviously, why particularly myself and the rest of the county and the company team through DofE, we always try and get our cadets to do DofE activities within the ACF, because we've got eyes on. We can do the assessors' reports. Brilliant. We're blessed with the typical 2-for-1s, first aid for skills, and all things that we already do as part of the Army Cadet syllabus can be contributed to DofE in a 2-to-1 as well. So
thank you. Yep, great.
Good. So
we're done.
2 out of 2 so far. So
thank you very much for helping, and all the best in the future.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure what that holds yet, so but we'll wait and see. So, but I know, and I'm sure you'll be in safe hands.
Okay.
So just ping me that ID number. Yeah, I've got that. Just in case. It's 354148 So I will look to transfer that, and I can message you through. I'll get hold of you if I need to through the system, but that's all good, I hope. So I'm sure we can bring that one over, and I'll probably try and tidy that up later on this evening or tomorrow. So we should have a quick result for you there. Okay, feel free to stay on if you need to obviously jump off and do anything else. I won't be offended. So the rest of the evening is all if you want, but you're more than welcome to stay as we just work our way through a few more queries. So that's 2 done so far. So we're on to Cadet green now. So I'm just going to re-look you up on the DofE and see where you are. And then obviously, if there are any more questions in the chat, then please feel free to keep me busy while I'm here. So let's have a look at, so Cadet Green, we were with George, weren't we? So let's have a look at your account. So looking quite good, this one, Cadet Green, from what I can see here. So you've completed 3 months of voluntary work. Let's have a look at your volunteering. Yeah, you've done some stuff in a charity shop by looks of it. You need an assessor's report. So you need to speak to the shop manager and ask them to do an assessor's report. What I'm going to do in the chat now for you is actually give you a link to the best way to get your assessors to do a report is direct. You don't have to be a leader or anything. You can be anyone, long as they've witnessed and they know your DofE number. The link I'm putting in the chat now, you can copy and paste. So this link is to the DofE assessors report. This is where you just log in. You can get your assessor. Let's just jump back to your account so I can see where I was. Yeah, so on the volunteering, you need to speak to the shop manager and get them to use that link and complete an assessor's report. The good thing about using the link is it structures what you need to put in the blanks and doesn't miss anything out, because obviously currently as the award verifier at bronze level for Essex Army Cadet Force, I have to validate and verify that award. The DofE has got quite stringent sort of quality assurance processes on achieving that criteria. So that's volunteering. Let's see what else we got. What else was in your question? And star 1, first aid. So if we look at your skills quickly, because that'll be first aid. You've got a very good friend of mine there as your assessor, Staff Sergeant Denny, who I understand probably knows quite a bit about first aid. So what you can do there is speak to him to get him to do your assessor's report. Okay. Yeah. So again, and Staff Sergeant Denny will be familiar. I've seen some fantastic assessor's reports come that way. So it's just a question, where are you time-wise? 6 months. So yeah, it's all good to go. You just got to chase your assessor's reports.
Okay.
The one thing that's mandatory right through to gold level, yes, we do probably like a little bit more evidence as the award progresses through silver and gold, but the only actual mandatory element to achieve your Duke of Edinburgh award is an assessor's report for each section that meets the criteria.
Okay.
So that's good. And on your physical, let's have a quick look at physical. So yeah, so you've got some mixed martial arts there, great. So you need to speak to your coach, 3 months. So that's due as well. That can be done. And you just need to get your sensei to write your assessor's report.
Okay. Thank you. Can George start his or continue with his voluntary work before you sort of sign off the bronze? So he wants to continue for his silver. Can he do that?
You can. That's a good question. That's a good myth bust as well, because a lot of people think you can't carry on, but long as progression is seen, that's the most important thing. So if it's a bit like doing climbing. So we do get some of our climbers that are doing it through independent climbing walls to check in with NICAS, which is the National Indoor Climbing Award Scheme, because it has 3 levels. And ironically enough, we can use level 1 bronze, level 2 silver, level 3 gold, because it's progression and it's recognised. So yes, you can continue your volunteering. Make sure, and this is a message to anybody that's setting out a program planner, make sure you set your program planner up with a bit of meaningfulness, particularly if you've been volunteering for bronze and you're going to continue it. But what are you going to do in progression? You know, all of a sudden you're going to be, you were just perhaps, tidying the shop up in a charity shop. But what are you going to do for your silver? You're going to start doing something different and something more significant to enhance that journey for your DofE award.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, you absolutely can. And again, you've got your expedition all signed off, which is the tough part of the exercise. So you really are just sitting on 3 assessors' reports, and your award will then come through, and we can verify it for you.
Yeah, lovely. And with the silver expedition, can he do that? Has he got to be 15 for that one, or can he do that at any age?
So there's a little bit of So we've got our ACS, our Army Cadet syllabus, and we've got Star 1, Star 2, Star 3, Star 4. So
Okay.
they replicate and they're deliberately aligned to the Duke of Edinburgh Award. So your Star 1 is effectively your training exercise. Your Star 2 is your bronze qualifier. Your Star 3 is your silver practice. Your Star 4 is your silver qualifier. So what you have to try and time with all of this is obviously your eligibility for your silver to be enrolled in your silver, so 15 or turning 15 in the current school year. But absolutely, there's no reason why you can't enroll on silver, providing that eligibility is there. And you can then do your practice expedition. That'll probably be early next year once the expedition season reopens again.
Oh, right, yeah, because it won't be 15 till January, so that'll probably fall in.
That's good, yeah.
Okay.
And of course, that's where that aligns quite nicely, because it's that 2-for-1 again. You're getting your ACS, your Army Cadet syllabus subject by star level that marries up with your Duke of Edinburgh journey as well.
Yeah, okay.
So that's one to watch out for. But remember, so school term, so you're already in the term now, aren't you? So technically you can enroll now.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Because you're going to turn 15 in the current term.
Yes, yeah.
So
Okay.
it'll be different if it was after the summer, if it was September.
Yeah,
because that will be a new term. So yeah, you can enrol now. And again, as I said earlier, the new form will be circulated. Now we've got all our accounts and our ducks in a row with that, and it's all part of the sort of handover process. That new form can be completed. Just follow the instructions on the form, make the payment to the new account, and my successor will pick your enrolment up in the future, if not me before.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Okay.
So that's all good. So I think that's good news. So we've got George there pretty much sitting on a bronze award, which is great, and all ready to start the silver journey too.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that's all good news. So I think we've covered pretty much all of your questions there, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that was all.
That's all we've got.
Do you have any ideas for the skills for silver? Because he would have done his first aid for bronze. Is there anything through the ACF he can do for skills?
Loads, absolutely loads. So your skills can be, so if you look at your sort of skills section, if you're looking at ACF subjects, some of the things that will be ideal will be, one of my things with the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and I think it's got great value, is do the things you love. Do the things you like. You know, if you don't like first aid, and all that blood and guts is no good. But you like shooting. There's a skill. Shooting's a skill that you can use. I've seen a lot of cadets do clay. I've seen a lot of cadets do target. Star 2 first aid as well. Lance Corporal James from ACOI's just put in the chat their staff with 2-star first aid go towards my silver. Yes, it could. So again, progression is essential. And I think, let me just see what I've got down. Yeah, so Lance Corporal Shams, through your enrolment and following conversations with Second Lieutenant Gardner as well, I'd put you in as a direct entrance for silver. So your Star 2 first aid youth award is a great set your planner up, and that's your target if that's what you're going for. So absolutely. And if you're going to be involved in competitions for county or region, put that down in your program planner for silver, make it a little bit more meaningful and objective as well. So it's always worth doing. But yet there are other skills that you can use as well through the subjects in your ACS. I think probably the most common ones we do see a lot of first aid because it kind of complements the expedition element, because you want to obviously, it's part of your training for the expedition section, and obviously to achieve a star 2 St John's Youth Award is quite a significant achievement. Okay. But yeah, speak to your detachment commanders as well, and obviously other potentially DofE leaders that could be at your detachment and ask those questions. You know, what else can you do as skills? You can go on to obviously it's not just shooting and first aid. You know, navigation's a life skill. Okay, one of my favourite subjects. So, you know, who wants to get lost? You know, the more we can apply that skill, and obviously it complements the expedition element of the Duke of Edinburgh as well. So, you know, navigation is a skill. Stuff outside, I think we've got a couple of other bits popped into the chat there. Let's have a quick look. Does air stuff count for skills? I think you're probably more on the physical side, but it does depend on what you put into your program planner. So quite often it can be quite difficult to gauge. I'll give you a prime example. As an open water diver myself, and I'm not so sure I got this in my head, it took a bit of time, certainly working at sort of regional and national level for Duke of Edinburgh, was scuba diving, open water qualification, which is quite a skillful thing to learn and to do, is actually physical in the DofE world because the physicality of what you're doing. Examples where you could choose both. Archery would be a really good subject. It depends on your program planner. You know, is it a physical element that you're doing with archery, or are you looking at the technical element of it? And can you do both? I would say you can, but I would not advise it. It can be quite complex when we look to verify your award. But lots of subjects you can choose there. So if your airsoft's all about taking the flag and, you know, scoring lots of points, that could well be physical. If it's skills and you're looking at the technicality and the replica weapons, which are obviously quite outstanding this day and age, and the technical elements of, you know, electric motors versus the gas side of things or whatever. So it could be a skill, absolutely. Really does depend on how you set your program planner up. And remember, when your drop down menus come down in the eDofE in your accounts, it will kind of steer you and guide you in the direction. But just make sure you put the right wording in to your program planner so your assessor can see what you are trying to achieve and decide, is that a skill, is that a physical? Okay, good. Excellent. So let's just check the chat, see if we've got anything else there. Can't see anything else there. So I'm conscious that I think we've been round everybody. Lance Corporal Shams, I know we recently enrolled you and you've got your silver, but I think you're okay. Let me just check in your account and just make sure you're all there and you're set up. You should be. Yeah. Yep, you're all good to go. So I think my message to you as a newly enrolled, a direct entry into silver because of the age and where you are in your ACS as well. Pick up a few things, ask me any questions this evening if you need to, but essentially we need to get you to set up your volunteering, physical and skills section. And I think you're on target for your expedition because I've got a feeling you've already got your practice expedition in. So great stuff. It's just all about getting those program planners out. And again, as I alluded to earlier, if you can pick an assessor at your detachment or at county for first aid or whatever, your assessors are, you know, within the ACF environment, you know, we've got more chance of getting your assessors reports in and over the line. And please as well, if you're doing stuff outside or if you're for bronze, just a good assessor's report's fine, but perhaps it's nice to see a little touch of evidence if you're doing stuff outside of the ACF, or, you know, if you're doing, remember, we can technically still do assessor's report for external activities, providing you give us the evidence and we can talk to you about it as well. So there are options there, but key message is, you know, try and do it inside of the ACF. We are one of the most successful licensed organisations for DofE and delivery of it because of the opportunities that we naturally create within our own environment. Okay, so all good there. I think we've been around everybody in the room, I think, in the virtual space. Let's just take that off the spotlight. Make sure we've got no other chat there. Can't see anything else there. So are there any other questions for me, for those that are still here? No, we're all good. So just a reminder, I'm hopeful that the county DofE drop-in sessions will continue after I complete the sort of handover and step down, as I said earlier. But I will be around in the background making sure of that smooth transition. So rest assured, anything from tonight we'll get straight onto that and keep that momentum going. The new form, as I said earlier, that will be circulated in due course for those rating to enrol. If you could just be patient and wait for that form to come out, it means it's going to be a smoother transition and to process that enrolment for you as well. So that'll all be good. Other than that, I don't think I had anything else on my list. Okay, well, if there's no other questions, I think we've covered quite a bit this evening in sort of 40 minutes that we've been in the Zoom meeting, so hopefully that's been useful. I have recorded it, as I said, and I probably will put this on the Facebook page so everybody can obviously just share and tap into what we've gone through tonight, because I'm sure it's going to be useful for everybody else. So hopefully you're all aware of that, and you've not made me aware of any issues in us doing that. And obviously it's probably just a bit of chat that we could see there. Staff, could you please answer my final question? Of course I can, Lance Corporal. What have you got for me? Let's have a look. Okay, let's see what we've got there. Good question. Does teaching lessons at detachment count as volunteering? That is such a good one. The answer is yes. So it's probably one of my favourites, particularly at bronze level, particularly if you're a non-commissioned cadet officer as well, an NCO, as you are, because you know, you could be helping the new recruits come in, you know, getting them to understand the ACS subjects, make them feel welcome. So yeah, that's kind of teaching and leadership within the DofE environment. Your detachment commander will be seeing you do all of those great things at your unit. So absolutely, that's a real good one to put in. So yeah, teaching, leadership, that will come down in your drop-down menu. Volunteering, that's great. You're at your detachment at least an hour a week, which is the requirement for all of the sections. So it's one of my favourites to advise on. So absolutely, yes. And I'll just wait to see if we get any more come through in the chat. You're welcome, Lance Corporal. Thanks for joining us tonight. Obviously, you're straight in with your silver, so good luck with that. And obviously, we've got the Facebook group, the training page, does exactly what it says on the tin. It's there to help you obviously achieve what you need to know. So please feel free to ask any questions on there. Not just myself that will pick that up, or my successor, but also the company leaders and reps will have a bit of access to that. So it's not just me in the background there. You know, your relevant company DofE officers and leaders may well pick that up for you as well. So but always start a detachment, because that's where the you know, the ground stuff is really. You know, they're the subjects that you're doing, that's where you're attending regularly. So always talk to your detachment commander and your detachment staff that are there first. Always be mindful who your company DofE officers are at the moment. There's a little bit of a change going on at the moment, so I won't run through that, but that will all come out as I hand over to my successor. So which I've explained will be happening in due course. Right, I'll just give you one chance to ask any further questions. Can't see any more coming in there, so that's all good. I think it's time for us to say good night. So thank you for joining us this evening. You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome That's what we're here for, to help you and achieve your award. So good luck for the future. This is technically me officially signing off. So been fantastic working for Essex, not just as DofE officer, but also within my company position of past and the 13 odd years that I've been with the Army Cadet Force, and new challenges for me in the future as well. We'll see how those all pan out, but thanks for joining us tonight, and obviously keep track of the Facebook page and links that will be coming out for the future drop-in sessions or whatever that structure may be going forward. And it's been an absolute pleasure, Essex, and I hope to see you on the circuit. Good night.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.